Hello and welcome to How a Customer Mindset Changes Your Choices. I'm Carla Rains, your master strategist. I created Differentiation Zone to help you identify the unique attributes your organization possesses. Understanding them from your customer's view and the marketplace is really vital to articulating what sets your organization apart and what makes it exceptional. Today, we'll be using 3 mini case studies to bring a customer mindset to life. Let's begin by envisioning this scenario. I ask you to describe how your organization is distinctive and, in a quick follow-up, how that distinction translates into strategic success. You engage in a bit of hemming and hawing before you recall your organization's tagline, feeling oh so good that you remembered it, or a few key terms you tested recently in a pitch meeting, followed by a data point or two, and then say to me, Carla, is that what you were looking for? Principle number 1 of Differentiation Zone, it's all about the customer. Welcome to the customer ZEITGEIST. Let's explore the customer point of view through our first case study with the Ritchie School of Engineering and Computer Science. And we'll begin by putting their important work in context. The United Nations reports that 2019 was the second hottest year on record for our planet. We have gone from an existential crisis to a true climate crisis. And the UN is endeavoring to engage us all in 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These are issues that span the globe that can engage people from all countries and societies to endeavor to make our world a better place. Enter into that the Ritchie School, whose theme is forward faster. And given the opportunities and challenges that we face, faster it is. The Ritchie School is preparing the next generation of innovators to find solutions to some of the world's most challenging problems. Their mission, advancing technical and scientific knowledge and capabilities to improve quality of life for our global society. Meet J.B. HOLSTON, their dean. When I met J.B. in 2016, he said to me, Carla, how can we attract more students to these awesome careers? Feels like data science that didn't exist even a few years ago and have grown substantially. And we know we've got a big gap to fill. It is expected that by 2025, we will have 2 million unfilled positions in STEM fields. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. We need to be attracting a lot more talent, not only to opportunities in higher education, but into these important areas of work. JB realized in 2016 that it's time to change the narrative from what we do to why we matter. And if we want to attract more people to fields like engineering and computer science, it's important that we talk about why this work matters, why careers matter, why fields matter, and why the collective efforts and results can make such a big difference. And we know we need to be attracting more diverse talent into these important fields. We know that diverse teams lead to better outcomes and better decisions. The defining mood of our era is the customer experience. So if you are a prospective student that's looking at the Ritchie School or other options that you might have, again, from your point of view, your mindset, it's important to realize that you're going to be considering lots of different options as you consider higher education and a career. Market influences and disruptive customer preferences are driving choice today. And savvy customers are often better informed about the competition than we are. It wasn't that long ago that executives, marketing directors, fundraisers, and others were defining the narrative for our organizations and knew everything we needed to know about options and competition. And that's no longer the case. So again, a prospective student may be looking at a myriad set of options that aren't even on the radar of the team at the Ritchie School. And we need to be prepared for this reality so that we can really deeply convey why we matter. Because if we want to get in front of our customers' zeal, we must adopt their mindset. We are advancing, colleagues, this definition of customer for purpose-driven organizations. Your customer is the person whose life you promise to impact through mission delivery. It's that simple and that profound. And what this definition does is it goes right to outcomes. And what it does is it elevates the customer to defining differentiation, setting your organizational strategy, and then having this be the through line onto results. Really is powerful. Today's customer is searching, sampling, reviewing, and chatting, often without you ever knowing anything about it. And whether they're on a smartphone or using old-fashioned word of mouth, chatting with somebody to find out what we should be thinking about. It's happening all the time. Convenience and novelty are driving their choices. Convenience and novelty, in fact, are the two major drivers of consumer behavior in the United States today. Convenience, so obvious, right? When you get anything you want practically whenever you want it. And novelty, the sense that something is unique, special, perhaps breathtaking, one of a kind. Our souls are seeking novelty as a refuge from the challenges that we face. And we're looking for organizations to bring novel and interesting options to us. Let's explore convenience, novelty, and a customer mindset through our second case study with Cherokee Ranch and Castle. Cherokee Ranch is 3,400 acres of protected property in Douglas County, Colorado, just south of Metro Denver. It's about a 45-minute drive from downtown Denver. And then you get to see this. From Cherokee, you can enjoy, on a clear day, a 200-mile vista. It's really, really special. And it was special to this woman, Tweet KIMBALL. Tweet bought the property in 1954 following a divorce, and she moved herself and her young sons from back east to Cherokee and became a cattle rancher. Imagine being a cattle rancher and a woman in the early 50s in Colorado. What an amazing story. One of the vital things, of course, today is to keep Cherokee relevant. This is James Holmes. James is the current CEO. Cherokee Ranch and Castle. He has a profound respect for Tweet and her vision and the legacy that she established. And here he is on one of his many horses out and about taking in the ranch. I sat down with James recently during strategy camp to visit with him a little bit about the power of a customer mindset. And let's hear from James on that important topic.
You know, one of the things I'm really testing out is a new way of thinking about customers for purpose-driven organizations and offering a definition that really is rooted in mission and that promise of impact. Any additional thoughts for us on that, since it is kind of it's really a breakthrough is what I'm hoping for.
It was really one of my aha moments this morning when you talked about the idea of thinking about customers in a different way. Because I'll have to admit that from my past business experience, I tended to think about my customers as clients. And customer really is a term that felt more retail to me. But in reality, now understanding some of the underpinning, concepts that you shared this morning about getting into the customer's mindset, it really changes the way you think about the person that persons you're seeking to serve. And that to me is one of the powerful takeaways of today.
Well, and from that then, and again, we've talked about this over the years, is the importance of understanding what's important to them and their perspective in making choices. And I know you've really thought about that for Cherokee Ranch and Castle in terms of how you tell the story of Cherokee in a way that really resonates with what's important to customers. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, because the complexity of what we do, we have so many moving parts at Cherokee. And I think this morning, the discussion that was had and you led about maybe the way we look at our quintessential Colorado experience that we
Mm-hmm.
offer,
Mm-hmm.
and how we take this 55 million year old story and find the value points and then find out how to relate that to what someone can experience at Cherokee Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of separates the idea of what are the things that we do tactically
Mm-hmm.
or programmatically,
Mm-hmm.
and how does that resonate with our customer versus what is the takeaway experience that we can help them cultivate there.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a picture of the castle. It really is a phenomenal property with a deep history and a compelling opportunity for relevance today. And let's explore relevance a little bit more with James as we adopt a customer mindset.
You had mentioned to me that so much of it's around having that quintessential Colorado outdoor experience and being in touch with nature, and especially in an increasingly urbanized area.
Yes.
And it may be less about Tweet Kimball and who she was, as much of it is the living legacy of what's available to somebody that maybe just moved here from Chicago.
Yeah, because our role is both interpreting what
Mhm.
Tweet's intention was when she
Mhm.
set up the foundation,
Right.
and there's a stewardship element to it
Mhm.
in terms of how do we treat the physical property
Mm-hmm.
and how do we respect the legacy and the history that's there. But the most important thing is to keep it relevant.
Mhm.
So as Douglas County, like every other major county in the state, transforms, grows,
Mhm.
and changes, people come from the outside that have no reference at all to who Tweet was. Remaining relevant is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And it just underscores or underpins your point in terms of trying to understand what is going to be meaningful to
Mhm.
the customer.
Mm-hmm.
And again, getting into their mindset. So as we look at Cherokee Ranch from a perspective historically,
Mm-hmm.
we've lived here, we've experienced
Right.
it, we know 20 years of history with it. That may not be what's going to resonate with the buyer or the buyers or the customers that we're seeking to bring in to buy our programs or to participate in our outdoor activities,
Mm-hmm.
or to help fund the support of the
Exactly.
ranch.
Yeah. Convert them into donors and lifetime partners and stewards.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's our final look for today at the vista of Cherokee Ranch. As James pointed out, this is a time of profound change for communities like Denver. And we see it both in terms of the needs to protect places like this and take care of people. And as we think about advancing our missions and connecting more people to our work, we are in essence thinking through these two questions from our customers' mindset. Why does your organization matter, and why should it matter to me? I love the word matter because it really conveys both a logical component as well as an emotional component. It brings head and heart together, and we won't matter if we aren't connecting deeply with both. And so again, as we continue to explore our case studies and 3 stories, we're going to talk a little bit about services for the homeless in Denver. I think it's really important to consider the unique advantage and strength of a customer mindset when we consider human services. Customer mindset does not only apply to entities that are earning income through fees, but bring an incredible dignity to our work when we consider how to best meet the needs of those that we're serving. And as we think about changing communities, the issues that we're facing in cities and small towns across this country in providing for those experiencing homelessness is a really vital issue for our communities today. And so as we think about adopting a customer mindset to serving those experiencing homelessness, we might begin by asking ourselves, why choose to be outside instead of going to a shelter? Research shows that overcrowding, anxiety about personal belongings, and potential exposure to various illnesses, such as skin disorders, keep people away from shelters. This photo is from the Denverite, our local publication here in Denver, and it is showcasing a recent tour by Denver City Council and city staff in visiting homeless shelters across the Denver community. One of our city council members noted the lack of accommodations for couples, people with pets, and for families. The city of Denver is looking to bring a far more dignified approach to housing through a 3-year shelter restructuring. A Denver County judge shared something that he learned through trial testimony from those with limited access to adequate shelter. Said they often are individuals with mental illness, unaccompanied young people, and might even be workers on swing shifts who need a police escort to secure a bed because of shelter curfews. So imagine what a customer mindset might do to addressing this important community issue for Denver and across our country. Imagine you are the dean, the CEO, or city council. How might a customer mindset help you design programs and services with profound impact? Articulate a brand that resonates, inspires, and engages, or craft a strategy that differentiates your organization in the marketplace. Remember, your customers are making choices every single day. Do I stay in an overcrowded shelter with strangers or sleep near people who make me feel comfortable? Do I major in engineering or find a way to solve global challenges using my unique skill set? Do I attend a cultural program or steward a mission that is quintessentially Colorado? I hope you leave today, my colleagues, with one key learning. It is time to adopt a customer mindset. What choices do you want your customers to make? Thank you so much for giving me a bit of time today. I hope you leave inspired and with your own aha about the power of a customer mindset. Every time I get to visit with somebody about customer mindset, I see the aha go across their face. I see their eyes light up, and I see them want to engage. And I hope you will engage with us at Differentiation Zone. Our mission is simple: to accelerate your strategic success. Thank you again for joining us today, and I look forward to visiting with you soon.